be on your path with your son and hear this as a moment that God's not asking you to overnight solve this, but can you start to get to work on preparing your son for manhood so that then when he's a dad, he already has a roadmap already started. Like, this is already what we do when our sons turn 13. That's what it means for the Davis family, the Shout family, whatever your name is. That you're starting to build this out. So don't look at this as an overwhelm of, oh my gosh, I have to have all this figured out right now, but start this so that then the way you may be feeling right now, your son or your grandson or your great great grandson doesn't feel that way. That when their son turns 10, they're already starting to go like, hey man, when you turn 13, we're doing X, because that's what the Shout family does. And I'll tell you, when I was sharing, maybe you felt overwhelmed. When Mondo was sharing, I was like having feelings of like, well, frick, my kid hasn't graduated high school yet, right? So I was feeling those feelings of inadequacy, or I didn't do enough. So I got to imagine that's the enemy's lie for all of us to just make us think it's too late, it's too much, I'm scared, I'm just going to put my head down and go to work and make sure the trash is out. Don't miss your opportunity. Don't miss your opportunity. Look at this as an opportunity to be like, these are the types of men that I want to be rubbing shoulders with, and I want my sons rubbing shoulders with their sons. Now, that's this shift we want to make. So Mondo, just
can I plug in something right there, Ned?
Yes. Please, so yeah.
I know how you feel right now. Listening to me a few moments ago, you're probably, dang, dude, like, oh my gosh, like my son's 17 years old. There's no way I can do. Here's the deal. When I learned about this about 10, 12 years ago, 12 years now-ish, something like that, man, I felt overwhelmed. I mean, I didn't know. I was like, how am I going to? And then next thing you know, it was like, you know what? Let's just start with a vision statement. Like, what are we about as a family? Like, can we articulate that in one sentence or less? And then let me just be present with my kids. Let me start to teach them and the things that I do know and I'm very competent in. And let me also share from a vulnerable place of the areas where I'm still growing. And I think that's something that can be hard as well as a father, is to be vulnerable and share areas of growth and areas of inadequacy that we see that God is highlighting to us, so that our kids are aware, like, oh my, I can connect with my dad on a deeper level. I was just talking to my girls the other night and I was telling them, like, man, how would you rate our relationship right now? Because I feel like I have not been as present with you recently as I would like to be. And I want to check in with y'all to see how you're doing. And all my girls agree with me. And they were like, yeah, dad, it seems like you've had some different things on your mind and you haven't been fully present and da da da. So I was able to connect with them. My daughter writes me this beautiful letter and is like, Dad, thank you so much for your vulnerability. Thank you so much for sharing your heart. Like, I love seeing you pursuing growth and I feel so connected to you. And it was just beautiful. And it ministered to her in a way where she opened up at a deeper level too. So I feel like when we as men can be vulnerable with our sons and say, hey, look, you know what? Your granddad wasn't around to teach me this stuff. And son, I love you. I'm going to give everything I have to you and we're going to grow together. Maybe y'all take a course together on investing. Maybe you both go learn how to play golf together. You can do things with your son, even though you're his father, where you both learn the skill at the same time and it deepens your bond and helps you grow and him grow at the same time. So I just feel like there's, like you said, Ned, there's nothing to be overwhelmed about. There's never any shame. Start where you are today. And at the end of the day, if you don't do anything else, you don't take anything away from this podcast, just be present. What your son needs more than anything else is you, period.
100%. Yeah.
That's it.
Yes. Your son needs you desperately. So be present with him.